guys. Welcome to the second part of week 5, day 1. If you watched the video immediately preceding this one, you heard my kids run into the house yelling my name at the end of our 3rd repetition. So if you're having trouble over the holidays or just with life in general, finding time and space to invest in yourself, know that you are not alone. It's something that a lot of us struggle with, whether it's with your kids or your parents or your family or your friends or roommates or whatever, your pets. There's always something that's trying to get in our way, and that's okay. It's okay. It's tough sometimes, right? Because we try to get focused, and it's really easy to just blow off some steam and our frustration that we would have worked out during our practice on our loved ones or those around us when things don't go our way. But I was saying to my husband today that I don't think one thing in my entire life has gone exactly according to how I imagined it would go in my plan, in my head. In many ways, that's an incredible blessing. My life is, in so many ways, so much more fantastic than I ever imagined. And I'm glad that my existence in my life is not limited to my imagination and my plans. But in the moment, it can be incredibly frustrating. So if you experience that, know that you're not alone. I am right there with you. And it's okay. It's okay if we get interrupted or messes up practice. You know, those things happen. And we can use those as learning opportunities for investing time. We can use those as growth opportunities for learning how to set and enforce and respect boundaries with our loved ones and with our friends. Boundaries are a very, very important part of our relationships, and finding a way that we can lovingly set and respect those is a very important part of our growth. So we can use that frustration to channel into growth and positivity in our lives if we can take those emotions and use them in a positive way. So I'm going to do something that is a little bit unusual today, and I'm going to continue. So from years and years of practice and figuring out how motivation works, I used to start challenges and practices and workout routines or whatever, and I had this idea in my head that I really needed to get it done. And so what I thought and how I treated myself was that if I didn't finish a workout one day, I just had to add that to the next day's list. Unfortunately, that spirals out of control pretty quickly. If you get sick or you're not feeling well or things come up, you know, life happens, right? And so if we're just adding to our list, instead of creating a place of space and acceptance and love and joy on our mat, it ends up creating something that we dread. So don't feel like if you didn't get it all yesterday, you've got to add that on to your next day. Don't feel like you're behind. You're not. You gave it your best. You did everything you could do. And whether you got interrupted by being sick or your kids or your dogs or your pets or you had something going on or the hot water heater broke, whatever it is, that's okay. Just let it be and release that and know that you're not falling behind. It's not a race. There's no committee that's going to tell you that you're behind. And if anybody does tell you you're behind, don't listen to them because that's just their fear talking. Don't let your fear of inadequacy or of not being enough bully you in to making your practice not a safe space for you to be. So just let it go. For the sake of the challenge that folks are following along with, I'm going to go ahead and finish those 3 repetitions just so you're not doing them alone and you have somebody to work with you. And then we'll switch over and do our max hold time for the end of the challenge, which I am both excited and nervous about. So every time we try to push ourselves to our limits, it's kind of scary, right? Because we don't know what's possible, and it can be nerve-wracking to have something open-ended like that and not really know where we're going, just trying to do the max and push ourselves to the limit. So if you're feeling kind of butterflies about that, know that you're not alone. It's perfectly normal. It's okay to be nervous about those types of things. So hop into something comfortable, join me on the floor or on your mat, and we're going to do our 3 30-second holds in our cut position on the floor. Stretch those legs out. Get settled, sitting up nice and tall. Can roll our wrists out, give them a little massage. Take a nice deep breath. Let yourself know that it's okay. We're here together. You're not alone. We're going to make it happen. It's totally fine. Roll those wrists out. And when you're ready, Let's press down into the floor. Shift those hips back. And breathe in. Deep breaths here. We're shifting our hips back just as far as we can, waking the body up, pressing down through our first 3 fingers primarily, remembering to press down through our pinky and our ring fingers as well. Feeling the body tremble. Just a few more seconds. We're almost there. You got this. And release. Round 1. It's amazing how much you can warm the body up just for 30 seconds. Roll those wrists out. May stretch in one way, then the other. Give yourself some time and some space. Try to relax into the moment. Don't think about who's going to burst in through the door and interrupt you. Just enjoy the time while you have it for as much time as you have. Take what you have. Be grateful for it. Gratitude turns what we have into enough. So be grateful for what you have and it will feel like so much more. Okay. Stretch my wrist one more time this way. A little sore today. Okay, round 2. Pressing down into my mat, shifting those hips back just as far as we can. Remember, it doesn't matter here how far you can lift up. It doesn't even matter if you're lifted up at all. If your bottom's still on the floor, that's perfectly fine. You're doing a great job. You're doing good work. Pressing down, shifting the hips back. If your bottom is on the floor, that's fine. Just go ahead and engage the TVA. Shift those hips back just as far as you can. And release. Round 2, almost there. Just stretch the hips out a little bit. If you've been sitting a lot lately like me, hips may be pretty tight. Give yourself some time, give yourself a little space. And when you're ready, let's do our last 30-second hold. Stretching those wrists out one more time, feels good. Pressing down, shifting those hips back. Pull back just as far as you can. You may take your mat with you a little bit like I do. If you're experiencing trembling, that's okay. Embrace it. Don't be afraid to shake. We are pushing our limits or growing stronger, waking the body up, asking a lot of our muscles. You can point your toes if you're experiencing any cramping. Okay, shift those hips back just a little bit more. We're almost there. And release. Great work. We made it. We made it through 30 days or as many days as you've shown up for. I'm very proud of you and I'm so grateful to have you here along in this journey with me. Check out tomorrow's video for kind of where do we go from here. We'll go with the max hold time. So whether you can lift up on the blocks, great. If you can't, that's okay too. Do your max prep time. So whatever position you're in, we're just going to hold for the maximum amount of time. And we're going to celebrate the progress that we've made over the last 30 days and talk a little bit about how we sustain that change and continue encouraging ourselves over time. So I'll see you tomorrow for that.